So are these the Kyrie 8s or is it just the Kyrie Infinity? I don't understand. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on what I am going to be calling bad boys right off the bat. I just think that these are going to be amazing. This is the Kyrie Infinity, possibly the Kyrie 8. We're not really sure. I tried to ask someone. I haven't gotten any word back yet, so I do not know officially. All I know is that these mix what I love from the 6s and from the 7s, and then they beef up some things for this one. So I just think that these are going to be dope. Now, before we get started, we got two quick things. First thing is that today is day 3. Yeah, baby. Of our 12 days of Christmas. That's what we do over at our WearTesters Discord community. Our community is full of great people, all of which are sneakerheads, like-minded individuals, all that kind of good stuff. And they actually help fund the channel with, you know, their memberships and everything. We have a $5 tier and a $10 tier. The $10 tiers are the ones that are automatically entered into all of these giveaways. Typically, we have one minimum per month, and then we average about 3 to 4. Yep. Second thing, this hoodie is still gorgeous. It's going to be available starting December 9th for 4 days. The 4-day window is a pre-order window where we will take orders, and then once we close up shop, we'll gather everything up, we'll make it, and then we'll send it to you within about 4 to 6 weeks. So if you're interested, make sure that you go over to senseapparel.com right now, sign up for the newsletter. Also, the shop is open. Normally we have it closed, but it's open right now because we got our restock stuff that is just like our leftovers, and they're available currently if you were interested in anything. Now, with that being said, these are awesome, man. Like I was saying before, they're taking what I feel is the best aspects of the 6, which is still my favorite of the Kyrie models, plus aspects of the 7. There's a little bit of the GT run in here, which we'll get into with the tech specs. But yeah, I think that this is gonna be one hell of a shoe on court. And that's gonna start with the traction. This guy right here reminds me a lot of the Kyrie 6. At first, I thought it kind of reminded me of the 7, but it more so reminds me of the 6. The 6 had the traction pattern really kind of like in the rubber, even though it's still aggressive. Whereas the Kyrie 7, we did film the performance review. I just don't know what happened. I think that's when our computer hit the bucket. All that was lost. This is a great shoe though. I really did love these. However, I only played in them outside, and like this whole section, my high wear areas, the traction smooth as butter. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen with these guys. I don't think that it will, because look at that guy, man. He's back. Yeah, I got these from overseas. I got these from our good friends over at ID for Shoes, eBay seller. I highly recommend it. I've been buying from them for years. They get a lot of stuff that we don't get. Well, we will get it, but like they get it first. But anyways, these being an overseas release, there's two things with that. They are labeled as an EP, which is engineered performance, which means that they're built on a slightly wider last, which is a good thing for these because these, they fit snug. And then second thing is that all of these shoes that are released over in Taiwan, China, Japan, all of that stuff, they are equipped with XDR outsoles because they primarily play outdoors, whereas indoors is our primary source here in the States. So again, it just kind of is a standard thing. This is with the Jordan launches too, not the retros, just the performance stuff. So like the new flagships or the team shoes. So if you were ever interested in grabbing something that's going to be slightly more durable than the US launches, you might want to look over at ID for Shoes eBay page, just because they do have like the majority of the shoes are XDR standard right off the bat. So you're getting the more durable rubber. It's not that weird all gray look like what you would get on like Nike ID or Nike by You. But anyways, I'm expecting these to perform just like the Kyrie 6s, which were fantastic. So that's what we got here. The midsole itself is Phylon. It feels good. I don't really have anything to complain about, but this is like the most well-cushioned Kyrie shoe I think that we've had. At least maybe the most with Zoom. Normally we've been getting like a Zoom unit, whether it be in the heel or in the forefoot, one or the other. And then we had gotten, I think it was the Kyrie lows. Those did the heel and forefoot thing. And then there was the Kyrie 6 and 7. I think that they mix it up a little bit with like Cushlon. I think they did it with the 4 too, Cushlon and Zoom Air. They were just like messing around with the placement. Sometimes the Zoom would be in the heel, sometimes it'd be in the forefoot. And now we've got it in both. We've got a standard Zoom unit in the heel right here. So the heel unit looks just like this. It's gonna be this little like U-shaped, and it's right there in the back. You can see it poking through the outsole, but if you take out the insole, you can also see it like impressioned. Now the forefoot does have a Zoom Strobel unit. However, it's different than the Zoom Turbo Strobel that we've seen in the Kyrie 6s and the Kyrie 7s. Those were an articulated unit. It basically went from, you know, side to side. It covered this whole area of the forefoot. We've also seen those bags used in the Kobe Protros. This one, however, is the same unit that they use in the Nike GT Cuts. Not a shoe that I'm a big fan of. I was excited for those. They just, oh no, not the GT Cuts. Did I say the GT Cuts earlier? Man, my bad guys. I meant the GT runs. The GT cuts are awesome. The GT runs, not so much. The cushion's great though, and that's what we have in here. We have that zoom Strobel unit from the GT Run in the forefoot of the Kyrie, which is crazy because it's a fatty ass unit, which I didn't expect to have in a Kyrie shoe because he likes that low profile feel. And with these zoom Strobels, they're able to actually do just that. Even though Zoom Air originally was that low profile cushion setup, and that's what Nike was using to get you lower to the ground and give you still like a springy forefoot and heel cushion setup or full length, whatever they wanted to do. And now they've just kind of fine-tuned it to where you can now maximize the volume of those units while still maintaining that low profile feel, which I think is awesome. So we have that same feel in the forefoot. We got a real zoom unit in the back, not a stick of gum unit and nothing like that. The foam feels good on foot. As far as a try on, they're bouncy. They actually note that the zoom Strobel is right here. It's like engraved in the rubber. It says FF zoom Strobel, so that's forefoot zoom Strobel. And then this weird ass wing. These things trip me out. The design sculpting on the midsole is very weird. Got this shark fin that like comes off the shoe, like it's like a nice rubbery material. It's not an outrigger per se, but like the shoe kind of like has that built into it. It's just weird. The sculpting though, like on the back especially, like this whole weird scoop, it just has a weird look to it because the shoe sits straight and it's flat, even though they are rounded a little bit, but it makes it look like it like curves inwards or whatever, like it's going to invert your knees, but it's not going to. Like when I put them on, you don't feel like that. It just has this weird visual to it, and it's strange. Now the build on the shoe, besides the cushion, is probably my favorite aspect. This is where they really have fine-tuned, you know, what Kyrie likes and what a lot of consumers tend to like, which is like a premium feel for a signature, but still giving you lightweight modern materials. So the whole forefoot section is what you've come to expect from a Kyrie shoe. It's a textile. It feels like it's coated in TPU, so it's got like a, you know what I mean? Like a scratchy feel and all that stuff. It doesn't feel like a soft knit, but it still has the properties of a knit in there, just with the strength of plastic. So it's a, you know, best of both worlds. And then the back section, I mean, I love this, dude. Like I loved it on the 6 and I love it even more now because they took the stupid strap off. But like it's got the same premium materials on there that was on the 6. It's got both of them actually. This one has the suede and it's lined with leather. It's not just one or the other. I think that it looks great. It feels great. The tongue is a synthetic leather. That's the one thing where like they could have made that same leather that they use on the trim and everything on there. But it does give me like a Jordan 5 vibe, so I still like it. And that's not the only cool thing with the upper. The upper has these lockdown wings right here at the forefoot and at the midfoot section, and those things are just really cool, especially the way that they're implemented. It's hard to tell with this particular colorway since it's all black like what they actually are doing. This midfoot one you can see because it wraps all the way down here through the heel area of the shoe, comes all the way around, so you got this whole like rear lockdown thing. So it reminds me of like the LeBron 9s. This thing right here, when you lace them up, it's going to draw your heel right into the back of the shoe, give you optimal lockdown, which is what you're supposed to have back there. That is what true ankle support is. It's actually lockdown, not collar height. And then the forefoot one is the one that you can't really see, but it basically wraps all around this toe. So this toe area where there's this weird like kind of like line made out of a TPU, that guy actually is symbolizing where the whole forefoot area strap is. It actually wraps around the toe. It's very weird. I don't know what that's really to do. Like my only thought is like it's gonna keep the shoe like this. I don't know why you would really need that in the toe. It's really important in the back, not so much in the forefoot. Like these things typically go down into the footbed, which is what happened with the Kyrie 7s. But in certain colorways, like ID for Shoes actually has a brand new one out. It's like a jade color with some gold. That one you can see through the top layer of the textile, and you can actually see the flaps, the way it extends throughout the toe. It's really neat. They do have those little cross straps on the tongue. I actually thought originally that that's where these things were heading. These are actually separate pieces. They're kind of extra material, I'd say. I think that we could have gotten rid of that. So what I think it's really supposed to be doing is just kind of showing you that whole X-wrap system that they've got put in place here along the upper, where you're getting that back lockdown, that front lockdown all the way around, hugging your foot. And yeah. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, I did go true to size. They do fit very snug, like I was saying before. It's from a length perspective. Luckily, like I said, these are the EP versions, so they're slightly wider than the US release. So width-wise, I think that they fit me perfectly. Length-wise, I could go with a little bit of extra room, and I like a snug fit. So most people are probably gonna wanna go up half a size with these guys, which is unfortunate. I'm probably gonna end up with a second pair that's a 9.5 later on. Now, like we were saying earlier, it is the 12 days of of Christmas.
And it's day 3.
Day
and
3.
I like numbers.
What did we give away though?
What have we given away?
Yeah, what were the first?
We gave away the pink toes.
Yeah, the pink toe Reebok collection was day 1. Day 2.
The Pollen Air Jordan 1s.
Oh,
Hi.
Yeah, that was a good one. Well, they were both good ones, but like Jordan 1s are hot.
So anyways, today's day 3, and I was just excited because this marks our 3rd year of doing this.
Oh yeah, this is our 3rd annual.
Yeah.
This is like a tradition at this point.
I know.
So this is today's giveaway. These are nice. This is the Air Force One. This is the NYC version, but this is also the 07 version. So it's got the little jeweled swoosh right on the side. The jeweled swoosh is actually like soft. They have a pair of gray ones. This is from Phenom, by the way. They were nice enough to partner with us on both of our previous of these 12 days of Christmas, and they're partnering with us again on the 3rd one. You know, so big shout out to Phenom. But there's a gray pair as well. Great materials, but that one has a more traditional like gel swoosh or jewel swoosh. And yeah, Air Force Ones are dope. Anyways, if you were interested in joining our WearTesters Discord community, there is a link down below in the description box. It'll head you over to WearTesters.com where you can read all about what it means to be a Discord member. If you were interested in these, like I was saying, they're available, I believe, in 2 colorways right now over at ID for Shoes. Being an EP, aka Asia launch, aka slightly wider than the US joints with XDR, more durable rubber, it's probably a good idea to grab them from there than wait for them to hit stateside, because I actually don't remember when these are releasing here. And with all the cargo things, like, we really don't know. By the way, I know, this is a long one.
I was like, let's keep this short.
But I'm just saying, ID for Shoes, man, they ship with this DHL shit, and like they get here so fast.
They do.
It's ridiculous. Like sometimes I get the shoes in like 3 days. How is that not costing me an arm and a leg? So yeah, shout out to DHL, I guess. You guys are awesome.
Except for that one time when this guy ordered a samurai sword.
And then they didn't actually deliver it.
No, we lived in an apartment building that was locked.
Oh yeah.
And they left a samurai sword out on the front steps of the building.
And somebody took it. AKA, they didn't deliver it. They didn't give it to me. You know, that's not, leaving it somewhere is not delivery. Like
this
if you,
was before they would like take pictures of your stuff.
But like if you ordered a pizza and they just like left it somewhere else, they were like, no, we delivered it. Where did you, who did you deliver it to? That's not the same thing. Anyways, I was just looking at samurai swords yesterday. It's so funny that you mentioned that.
That was like 15, 16 years ago.
It's been a long time, folks.
DHL has greatly improved since then.
I was just talking about that we've been together. That's a long ass time.
Oh, we've been together even longer than that.
No, I know. I'm just saying. They don't know.
We've been together a long time.
It's time for an upgrade.
And with that being said,
I'm just around.
We're out of here.
I know. I do the sign off.
I'm gone. You're upgrading to a new one.
After that,